There's a quiet shift happening today, something many men have tried to explain for years but didn't have the words for. Now they do. And once you see these patterns, you can't unsee them. What men are waking up to isn't about blaming anyone. It's about finally understanding the changing dynamics of modern dating and why so many men are rethinking what they're willing to accept. This awakening isn't about anger, it's about clarity. And that clarity is changing everything. Men everywhere are beginning to notice the same things at the same time. Not because they're copying each other, but because certain trends in modern relationships have become impossible to ignore. Things that used to be brushed off as just one bad experience are now repeating often enough to form recognizable patterns. One of the clearest things men are seeing is the rise of expectations that don't line up with reality. Some individuals expect partners who earn high incomes, keep peak physical fitness, stay emotionally balanced, and offer constant support even while offering very little in return. Men are realizing that relationships only work when both sides contribute, both sides grow, and both sides stay grounded in what's realistic. Many men share stories of dating profiles with long lists of requirements, height, income, lifestyle, status, but almost no mention of what the other person brings to the table. And while everyone has the right to standards, some expectations have become so one-sided that they create imbalance from the very beginning. Another thing men are noticing is how accountability has become harder to discuss. When problems arise, it's becoming common for blame to shift instantly. Anything from unhappiness to boredom to personal struggles gets placed on the partner. Men describe situations where no matter what they do, it's not enough. If they're attentive, they're clingy. If they give space, they're distant. If they work hard, they're absent. If they rest, they're lazy. The standards move constantly, leaving no room for honest communication. Social media has also played a major role. Some people now treat relationships like performances where the picture matters more than the reality behind it. Instead of building healthy bonds, there's pressure to showcase a highlight reel online. Likes and attention start to matter more than loyalty and effort. Men are recognizing how easily real relationships get overshadowed by digital validation. Another rising concern is that conflict is increasingly framed through extreme language. Ordinary disagreements are labeled as gaslighting, abuse, or toxicity, even when both people simply need better communication. These heavy words shut down honest conversation and make resolution nearly impossible. Men are learning that when every issue turns into a dramatic accusation, there's no room for understanding or growth. Some men also share experiences of being dismissed when expressing pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental. Struggles are minimized, laughed at, or treated like weakness. Over time, this leads men to withdraw completely, realizing that their vulnerability isn't valued or taken seriously. It's not about blaming women, it's about recognizing how society often treats men's discomfort as a joke rather than something real. There are also stories of relationships ending because of attention-seeking behavior. A like from someone famous, a DM from a stranger, or the possibility of temporary validation sometimes becomes more appealing than a steady relationship. When relationships become replaceable in a swipe-based culture, loyalty loses value. Men are reacting not with anger, but with caution and self-protection. Another pattern is the rise of dating for benefits, where some individuals use others for money, gifts, or constant emotional support without any real romantic interest. Men are becoming more aware of this dynamic and choosing to step back from situations where they feel treated like providers rather than partners. In today's world, some people also hide aspects of their past or present because they fear judgment. It's not the past itself that concerns men, it's the dishonesty. Many men say the hardest thing to rebuild after lies is trust, not love. Once trust cracks, everything else feels uncertain. Men are also noticing how friend groups can influence relationships. When peers encourage constant criticism of partners, relationships become unstable. Instead of working together to solve issues, some are encouraged to walk away over small inconveniences. This echo chamber of negativity can quietly destroy otherwise healthy relationships. dating apps have created a new form of expectation inflation. With endless choices available, some individuals start to believe they can always do better, even when they have a genuinely good partner. Men see how quickly they are dismissed for trivial things, height, job title, hobbies, and they're beginning to protect themselves emotionally rather than chasing approval from people who treat them like options. Another trend men are waking up to is the contradiction between wanting traditional benefits while rejecting traditional responsibilities. Men are noticing that some individuals want financial support, protection, and stability, yet also want complete independence without offering partnership in return. This mismatch creates imbalance that leads to resentment on both sides. And then there's the issue of accountability in serious situations. Some individuals treat boundaries, rules, and even legal issues as flexible suggestions rather than responsibilities. Men witnessing this are becoming more cautious because relationships today carry risks that weren't talked about openly before. All of these patterns combined are creating a shift. Men aren't turning away from relationships because they dislike women. They're turning away from situations that feel unsafe, unfair, or emotionally draining. They're choosing to protect their peace rather than sacrificing it for partnerships that don't value them. This awakening is also affecting good women who offer loyalty, respect, and balance. Many of them are struggling to find partners because men who have been hurt in the past are now more guarded. It's an unfortunate side effect of larger cultural trends. But the solution isn't complicated. It starts with honesty. It starts with accountability on both sides. And it starts with relationships built on reciprocity, where both people bring effort, kindness, respect, and reality-based expectations to the table. Men today are choosing partners based not on appearance alone, but on values, emotional maturity, and consistency. They want peace, not chaos, growth, not drama, partnership, not performance. They're learning from their own experiences and the experiences of others. And that wisdom is reshaping their choices. This awakening isn't about division, it's about truth. Men are simply recognizing what's healthy and what's harmful, what builds and what destroys, what love is and what it isn't. And if the world wants better relationships, the answer is simple. Both sides must show up with respect, honesty, and balance. Because at the end of the day, every person, man or woman, deserves a relationship that gives peace, not stress, love, not exhaustion, and honesty, not confusion. If you've noticed these patterns yourself, share your experience. Your story might help someone else protect their peace, set better standards, and choose relationships that actually make life better. The awakening is here, and clarity is only the beginning.